Hello and welcome to the E14 Gamecast, Emotionally 14's gaming podcast. I'm your host, Rob Wade, and I'm joined via satellite by my pet rock for some online play, Blake Harmer.
Finish him.
Oh my. That one is also sexual. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. You?
Yeah, can't complain. Had a bit of a mare with bed delivery recently, but I was telling you about it off air, but I'll spare Gamecast listeners the details because it's not very exciting for game fans.
Yeah, well,
Basically, it's like buying a bed from Dark Souls. I'll say
oh.
You died. You lost the will to live.
Dude, you're not meant to set the bed on fire.
This is true.
Just so you can save your progress.
Probably where I was going wrong. So we're going to do a short one tonight because, from what I understand, you're not feeling so hot.
Not 100%. No, I had a bit of a.
We'll just have a quick catch up. It's been lovely. We've had a lovely chat tonight. We've had a special guest on the Crazy Train who you would have no doubt heard by now. So, there's an exciting episode last week in the Crazy Train, and we've, this is just a little Gamecast catch up. So I've been playing a few new ones. But,
you've been.
So I've been going through and trying to do little ones and try and clear them out of my backlog.
Okay.
And one of the
Sounds
things,
nasty.
Yeah, I know, right? So one of the things I've been doing is going through and getting rid of, I cancelled. I think I mentioned it last episode, but I cancelled my Game Pass on Xbox.
Okay.
And it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying the games, and it's a perfectly reasonable price. It's just I wasn't really using the games on it. And I hadn't even played much Xbox generally in that time, so I thought, well, it's a bit of a waste of money then.
Yeah, my problem with the Games Pass is not so much what you get and the price. That's definitely is certainly priced a lot better than PlayStation Now is.
Big time. It's like half the price, isn't it, nearly?
Yeah, I like the fact that I saw an advert on Facebook earlier today, and it was for PlayStation Now. You can play your PlayStation games on your PC. Now, if you subscribe soon, you can get 12 months for £100. I went, that sounds fucking atrocious.
Yeah, it's really quite unpleasant in terms of price. Whereas Xbox is reasonable. And I think actually this whole this all access thing they've just launched, which is like a subscription thing. From what I understand, at least, it's like a subscription thing. You can buy it in the store and you get the Xbox itself.
Oh yes, I saw that. It's like a rent. Yeah, it's like a hire purchase thing, like a mobile contract.
Yeah. So, and I wonder if that's going to lead to them making like an all-access subscription, which will be Xbox Live and Game Pass together.
Yeah, I
might be tempted.
I'd be more down with that, especially if that's the way they're going to look at next gen as well.
That would be cool. I'm one of those people. I realize obviously the subscription models have their detractors because some people like physical ownership, and I respect that. But me personally, I'm very much like I'm very interested in decluttering. When it comes
I think the problem with the Xbox One back when it was first announced, and the whole kerfuffle back in 2014 or whenever it was, probably even earlier than that actually, but it was the problem was that they marketed it so badly.
Yeah, they did botch that whole landing.
But I mean, because that's the thing, if they'd done what they were doing, which was basically doing a Steam machine, if they just said we're doing a Steam machine,
yeah.
It might have been easy, but that's the thing. They can't say we're doing a Steam machine because then they're giving advertisement to Valve.
Yeah, and then Valve lawyers are just like, wow, we didn't expect that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because they tried to put it in different words, they just ended up sounding like they were removing everyone's ability to lend games to people and do all that sort of stuff.
You made us look like dicks in there.
Well, yeah. But the thing is that I'm all for digital games and all that sort of thing. It's the pricing they've got to get right, because I mean my big bugbears with all three of the big console developers is that the pricing on some of their games are ludicrous, especially first party titles. Time of recording, Spider-Man's due to come out at the end of this week. A lot of places like Amazon and Game and all that will do retail copies for like 40-45 quid. Probably, I'm assuming. I haven't looked at it too much. But, but I looked on the PlayStation Store today. The standard edition pre-order is 55 quid. And I was like, well, why would I pay 15 quid more just to have a digital copy when
Yeah, when it's a few quid difference, I'll consider it. Like the other day, they had GTA 5 on the Xbox store for I think £16.
Yeah, that's an all right price.
CEX will give me 14 for the disc, or 12, or something like that. And I thought, that's not a bad jump. I'd be willing to pay that jump for the convenience of being able to play it on my hard drive, have it on my hard drive, and play it any time. Because normally my kind of rule, especially for the Switch, I've been enforcing this rule. I've been going by this rule when it comes to buying games. I'm buying single player on cartridge and digital on multiplayers on digital, because it's so much easier to just take the Switch around a friend's house with a pair of Joy-Cons and have a big stack of digital games just loaded onto an SD card, and just away I go.
Yeah, I've actually found with the Switch, I haven't bought many physical games, so most of, I think. Yeah, I've got about 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, I've got Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. Kept Mario Odyssey. I've kept Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, because that's a really fun game, actually. And then I've got what did I buy? Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I haven't had a chance to play that yet, but it's next on my physical cartridge list.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's slightly better with their first-party games, because it might be just by merit that their first-party games are always stupidly expensive in comparison to other people's prices.
Yeah, they do hold their price quite a long time.
They never lose value. Nintendo games seem to never lose value, and I'm never sure why.
Yeah.
But I think because there was very little in price, and there was a stock shortage after Christmas, I think I bought a digital copy of Mario. And I was like, that's all right, because, I mean, if I feel like a dabble and I want to go back into it to get all the stars or whatever, I can do so quite easily, And same with Breath of the Wild, because at the time when I got my Switch, there were, I was lucky to get the Switch when I got it, because it was around the time when there was no stock.
Yeah.
And then, even though there was no stock of Switches, there was definitely no copies of Breath of the Wild. So that's why I bought digital then. But yeah, I mean, I think the only physical copy that I still have are Mario Kart, which is what mostly stays in there, because it's normally the one that gets cracked out if I have people over. Skyrim, Lego City Undercover, or whatever it is, and that might be it. Actually, I think I did have Rabbids, but I traded it in after I beat it, because I didn't really think I was going to play it again.
I might go and play it again, because I quite enjoyed it as like an XCOM style thing.
Oh yeah, it's a great game. And when they released the DLC, I was a bit like, wish I kept it now. But
I also got Flashback. They did the collector's edition.
Yeah.
I bought that as a physical copy, because it comes with a couple of odds and sods that I quite like the look of. And I wanted to play the game anyway, so it wasn't that big a jump. And there's one more that's escaping me right now. I had LA Noire. I played it for a bit and traded it in. I had Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Had that for a bit, traded it in. And I can't remember what the other one is I bought. I've got loads of digital. I've got FIFA, and I've got WWE for my sins, because that is shite. Like, it's really quite, I tried my best to find good in it, but it performs so poorly.
It's renownedly bad, and I mean, you showed me it. It's hilariously bad. But
it really is.
I love how it keeps appearing in the Nintendo sales as well. I was like,
£5?
Yeah, I was just like, it's not cheap enough. It's never cheap enough.
No, it's a shame, because if there was some sort of way, I know there are ways to homebrew stuff and like load stuff on, but the Switch would be great for something like a Fire Pro style game.
Yeah,
it'd be fantastic.
That's a good point, actually.
28th.
I was actually trying to, because I saw reviews had already gone up, and I just thought, I don't remember seeing it on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, it is. It is coming out. It's certainly this month. I think it's the 28th, but it's definitely this month. It's towards the end of the month. It's quite expensive. Retail price at £40. Seems like.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Oh shit! No, maybe I won't then. Or maybe I'll wait for it to come down in price.
Yeah, it'll come down to £25 within a month or so, I reckon.
Well, that's the thing. They're going in high on that. I was expecting it to be like a budget title, like 15 to 20 or something. So yeah, but maybe I'm a cheapskate. But
yeah, indeed. But those are the main ones that I played. So I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley on my Switch. That's pretty much all I've been playing on my Switch.
Yeah, I've not given that a big try. I sort of started it, sort of cleaned up the area, walked into town for a bit, and then I was like, I'll come back to that later, and then I never did.
Never did. Yeah.
So it obviously didn't. I didn't play it long enough for it to get its hooks into me.
Yeah, so I've been playing that on my Switch. On my Xbox, I've been through a couple of random small games. So while I did have the Game Pass, I played the game called Letter Quest Remastered.
Oh yeah, I played that one.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I finished that. I went and played. What was the one I played before the most recent one? Oh no, it was the most. So I played Super Hot.
Oh, great game.
It's good. I enjoyed it. It's quite. It
was shorter than I was expecting it to be.
It is quite short. Longer. It's the plot's kind of weird, but I kind of dug it, and it was just enough plot to keep me going. And I enjoyed the gameplay a lot, and it had that sort of, I get it. I can do that. I'm pretty sure I know what I did wrong there.
It's because it's very quick reloads.
Yes.
It's a bit like Hotline Miami, where you're like, I can do it this time.
Yeah. Definitely. I agree. Yeah, and then after that, I finished. I went back and played something I've not played this in years, and I bought this. It's one of those. So I've been trying to get through some of my Xbox Live arcade games from the 360 era that are all backwards compatible.
Yeah.
And I went back and played Stacking. Yeah, the one where you play the little Matryoshka, the Russian.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I'm aware of it.
It's lovely. It's just a really charming, silly puzzle game. That's it's quite sort of immature. Like it's there's fart jokes and things like that.
Yeah,
but
it's Double Fine, isn't it?
It is Double Fine, yeah. But it's good. I enjoyed it, and it was nice because I went back and I went further than I'd ever got before, and ended up finishing the game.
Oh, awesome!
But it made me laugh the other day. So I think I've mentioned before I do like a random number generator to choose what I'm playing next, so that there's no kind of ambiguity. So I've parked The Witcher 3.
Okay.
Because
it's still not grabbed you.
Not quite. It's. I'm getting into it a bit more, but I just need to play something else for a bit because I've tried and I've just kind of burned myself out on it a little bit. I got through that quest though in the end, the one I was stuck on, the one with the botchling. And then I got to the bit afterwards where I'm sure it's not major spoilers for Witcher 3. There's the quest where you have to deal with a botchling. You can either attack it, in which case it becomes a big botchling and you have to fight that, or you can bury it under the floorboards and turn into a lubberkin.
I think I did that.
Yeah, so that's what I ended up doing. And it's the one where you either fight the botchling and some wraiths, or loads of fucking wraiths. And it took me ages to get through this bit, and I ended up having to basically just spam the stun block button. And that's one of the things that annoyed me, is that the spells take far too long to cast when you're being attacked, and when they can just interrupt your attacks and you can't seem to do anything about theirs.
I found it was easier to dodge away from them, cast if it's a wraiths, isn't it the one where you've got to do like the slow down spell, or whatever it is.
I did a bit of that in the end, but I think
I used to teleport. I used to roll away from them, teleport that way for them to come to me, and then smack them.
So I finished that off, and then the lubberkin pops out of the floorboards, the spirit, and you have to follow it on your horse to go to the next place, and you start exploring a farm, and then you go past all these enemies on the way, and they're all like level 7, and I'm like level 4, and I'm sort of vastly.
I was trying to remember where this is in the story.
Fairly early on.
Yeah, have you got to the Baron?
Yeah, this is just after I've met the Baron. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's this bit.
Yes, that's right, because there's like the little thing watching you and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went. So I was going
long time ago since I played it.
I was going along on my horse, following this lubberkin, just like who's wafting through the air, and he goes to this house, and I go and follow the lubberkin to the house and look around the house and do all the Witcher shit. And it's like, right, the lubberkin's going a different way, so I get on the horse, follow it, and I run into these. Is it rot fiends or something? The
big flaming dog things. Oh no, they're not.
They're like sort of like boomers in Left 4 Dead style, kind of bloater things with flesh, like sort of explosives in them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I ran into a couple of those, and I was like, right, well, I'm just going to skip through those and follow this ghost. Oh, the ghost is going around in circles. That's helpful. So basically, I'm just circling it with my horse, expecting it to pick up and go in the right direction, and then the horse bolts in fear, throws me off, and these rot fiends just come and fuck my day up.
Oh, okay.
At that point, I was like, yeah, I'll take a break. So yeah, I played Super Hot, and I played Stacking. And Super Hot, let's say Super Hot was cool. I played it. The only thing that was annoying was Jen got really annoyed by Super Hot.
Oh, okay.
Hot. and at the end of every level. I did think it was cool that it did the slow motion, obviously during the game, and the everything stands still.
Played it fast, and then played it real time.
And it plays at a normal speed, and just you watch how you're fucking flailing around and hiding in corners, waiting for them to come to you and shit because you're a massive coward. At least your experience may vary. You probably did like fucking John Woo.
Certain levels were a bit bloody hell, but I think it's because it's all that. It is really, it's a puzzle game, isn't it? That's why I liked it. It's because it's like it is the. I think I did bypass some of the levels probably by playing it differently than I should have. Like I think there's that one. Is it on the stairway? Yeah, it's like a stairway one that just goes up like 3 floors, I think. And I think I ended up. I don't know how it got to the end. It took me about 20 goes, I think. But when I finally did it, I was like, how the hell did I do this? When it watched me, it showed me running all over the place, punching this guy, and then running around, hiding around the corners because they shot at me. Because I knew where they were going to spawn or whatever. And
after a while, it does become like muscle memory, doesn't it? You realise like, oh, that person's going to come out of there, and then I need to jump over there, and then I need to possess this person, and then I need to throw my gun against the wall and punch him in the face. And
the last level at the very end, I'm glad it's done into stages because it's just mental. That last level.
Madness that level is it's super fun because there were bits where I was like, it has that sense of I nailed it, awesome. That when you complete a particularly difficult bit, there was one bit where you sort of, it's not really a spoiler, is it? There's, like you say, it's stage based, the last level, and one of the stages you sort of warp in and somebody's just fired a gun off next to you and another person's like falling down. You have to so I ended up grabbing their gun, throwing it at the nearest person, leaping over the desk in front of them, kicking them in the face, and then grabbing their gun and shooting at the bloke. If I didn't get killed already, shooting at the bloke behind me with a shotgun.
There are some that the timing of it is so tight as well. You think you go like, I need to do that next time.
Yeah, and you're like,
but then you're like, but then that's the thing because there is still, even though it's a puzzle game, there is still an AI to all the characters, so they may act slightly differently the next time. You're like,
exactly. So it's like, bugger it, they didn't do that last time, or they did something similar but not quite the same.
Yeah. Well, they went, but it was I know a lot of it is like learning where they all spawn from and stuff like that. So no, it does make you feel like a badass though, because it does feel very Matrixy, if you know what I mean, some of the combat, because you are like, throwing bottles into their faces, grabbing the gun, shooting the person. And it's all because obviously it's all time moves when you move. It's all very done in slow motion anyway, a lot of it. So
I know what you mean. It's like I'd say it was an enjoyable game, and I was very glad that I didn't pay for it because it was one of those games that seemed like it would probably be quite expensive for the length.
I got a bit actually because I was eyeing up the game because I'd seen videos of it and it did look really good, and I was eyeing it up. And Steam had it on sale because I think it was like quite expensive when it first came out. I think they wanted like quite silly amount of money for it, like 15 quid. And I think it got reduced to a tenner.
Okay.
And I put out a message going, anyone who's played it, is Super Hut worth a tenner? I
think I remember that message.
And quite a few people said, yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I bought it. And when I beat it in 2 hours, I was like, when you said this was value for money, it was worth a tenner.
Did you really mean it's too fucking short?
Yeah. Did you really mean, no, it's not worth a tenner?
Because that's what you should have said. What you should have said is, it's too fucking short. Because it is.
Yeah. It's a great game, and I'm glad it does unlock, when you do beat it, unlocks like the extra challenge mode, so you can do lots of random stuff anyway. Yeah. So it does have and it is a good game. So it does, you could argue it does have replayability to a degree, I suppose. But I agree though. It's definitely not worth a tenner. It's if it was a fiver maybe.
A few quid, like as a punt, I'd be well up for paying that. If I was to go back and do it again, knowing what I know, I'd be like, I'll buy that. For a few quid. Yeah, but it came free on obviously gold, didn't it?
Yeah, I've played some. I think Super Hot was incredibly short in comparison to some games. Where I've beaten some games that have been an afternoon, like Oxenfree or Inside or whatever. But those games are brilliant self-contained things. They're short, but I felt like I got an afternoon's worth of entertainment out of it for the money I paid.
Yeah,
Rhyme was another one. That wasn't the longest game in the world,
okay.
and I did really enjoy that. So
nice.
Yeah,
started playing The Witness at one point as well, but I got a bit. It's fine. It's beautiful. It's absolutely. It makes
my head hurt.
It's visually stunning, like color palette wise, and just the vistas and stuff are great. But Jen had the same problem. It was like she likened it to when she tried VR. It made
her feel ill.
Yeah, it gave her that same sort of motion sickness watching me run around.
Oh, okay.
She said,
I didn't get anything.
Happy to help out if I could. What was it she said? I'd need to let her read a book or something, and then just give her a nudge when there's a puzzle, and she'd just look up and help me solve it because she liked the puzzles and she was enjoying that bit of it. But the moving around really, really messed her head.
I did all right initially, but after a while, I was like, no, I'm gonna have to get a
guide. Yeah. This is it. So it's,
the end of the game. I think I pretty much used the guide to get me to the end because I was Fair enough. I want to add this to my collection of completed games. And I feel like I've put in enough work to get that.
Yeah, you deserve it, yeah.
But the very end of the game is just phenomenally tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was stupid. I mean, to get the platinum is practically impossible, and I don't think I'd ever get it.
Yeah.
There's like a bonus bit where you sort of run a trial of you've got to do so many puzzles in so much time.
Oh,
you've got 5 minutes. It's like a music box or something. You've got to go through like so many puzzles in 5 minutes. But randomly generated.
Oh my god!
So there's no guide for it. There's no, and Jesus. It's all a mixture of all the puzzles you do throughout all the areas in the game.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you get the platinum, well done, you earned it. I think, but it's just I was like, nope, stop that.
Yeah.
So gave up on that.
Jesus. Yeah, I've been. The next one I've picked up, ready to play next, is on PC. I picked up 2 Point Hospital.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at it, but I'm not sure if my PC can hack it. Unfortunately.
Ah, right. Well, we can always, maybe you can come around and play.
No, I've been eyeing it up. Well, I mean, I really get the hankering. I do have dog.
True. I have two PCs. I have 2 computers that will run it. So theoretically, we could just sit and play it together, but just different.
No, it does look good, but. There's been a few games recently where my PC's, it's the video card mainly, it's been like not necessarily the video card itself, it's the fact it's only 1 gig.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep seeing like minimum requirements 2 gig, and I'm like, okay, it's probably not going to run then.
Yeah, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, so, and I was looking at them, I'm kind of like, they don't look graphically harsh games. So I was like, why do they need this much? Video, they don't look like amazing graphically, these games,
which is bizarre because like when I went to Berlin earlier on in the year, I took my Windows tablet with me, and that ran Papers, Please. It turned out.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, it's a bit weird to go near the one of the sites of the Berlin Wall and play Papers, Please, but
but that's the thing. I keep seeing some of these. Yeah, like some of the more recent, like these strategy games, which is what I mainly play on the PC, to be honest.
Yeah, that is, to be fair, kind of their optimum format, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm just okay. I know PCs age over time, and graphics will eventually surpass it. But some of the games recently, I've gone like 2 Point Hospital. No part of that game looks like it surpasses other games that I already have that have lower minimum requirements.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like...
but yeah, it's fine. But I mean, the PC is about coming up 6 years old by the end of this year, so I mean, we're going to be
senior citizen.
Yeah, so I mean, we're paying off a couple of things which should end soon, so we're thinking of probably looking at getting a PC after that.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, Kat keeps eyeing up Jurassic World, and
yeah, I can imagine that would be up her street actually, because she does like the sort of the park sim stuff, doesn't she? Like,
yeah, I've been eyeing up BattleTech as well.
Yeah,
it's quite good.
Yeah, BattleTech, eh?
Yeah, I know. I've got it, but no one wants to play it with me, so I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't know. So, And then tabletop wise, I played a game of the Batman miniatures game with Brad and Ian the other day.
Oh yeah,
got a chance to use our, well, I say we got a chance to use our models. I learned this about the Batman game. If you play the small team one, this is like the sort of the 150 point skirmish thing. My smallest my smallest leader is 100 points, which in a 150 point game doesn't go very far.
No.
And my other leader is 161, so I can't use him.
Oh.
So what I need to do, I've basically worked out, is I need to go on eBay or some retailer or somewhere and buy like grunts, like Blackgate prisoners or Arkham guards or something like that. That just kind of pair up with anybody who's a leader.
Who are your leaders? Son?
So I have Constantine, who's 100 points. Sorry, I tell you, I've also got Green Arrow, who can be played. I think he can be played as a leader for 126 points.
But yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it,
you could use him for a few bits.
In the scheme of the Batman game, people like Green Arrow or Constantine will probably bitch slap a bunch of punks. You'd like to hope
it makes sense. I mean, I've basically, because when I bought them, when we went up to Salute for the Games Expo. I did kind of I just was buying the characters I was interested in rather than for any thematic reasons, because I didn't really know much about the game. So, I just bought figures I liked the look of characters I liked and recognized.
Yeah, which most people would, even if they were when they were buying a rule book of a game anyway.
I think that's perfectly fair. I think most people
if this is a Batman game, do you want to buy Batman?
The Batman.
They're like,
the Batman.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
I want the Batman.
Yeah, I'll take the Batman, please. Yes.
Yes. But you'll be less likely to go, oh yeah, I'm going to have well, I mean, you might buy. I know they did a lot of those packs, which was like Ivy and Ivy's goons or something, or Penguin and Penguin's goons, which I thought, well, that's a squad. Then you'd probably
it makes sense.
Fine.
Yeah, so I've worked out I need to basically get a few like that, where it's like I either need to get some sort of mid-pointed leaders, or I need to get some grunts who can just go in, just slot into a squad and just bulk out a force. So I could have a Constantine and a copper, some generic copper.
Yeah. But that was the thing. I thought, I'm assuming Batman is probably 150 points.
109, I think.
Okay.
But you can get, if you get like the right kind of grunts, you can get a couple of, like, because Brad's got the Batman starter kit, and he comes with enough grunts that I think you can get him and two more soldiers for 150.
Okay, like a couple of placement or something.
Yeah, then they're like you say, they're generic kind of fodder, really. But it's a fun game. Last time we played it, we played sort of a cut down rules designed to sort of introduce you to the game's premise. And this time we actually took the training wheels off a bit and actually played with the proper rules and keywords and things. And I tell you what, mate, we thought HeroClix had a lot of keywords. Fucking hell.
Oh, was it worse than that?
The compendium, which is what all the keywords are assembled in, is I think 50 pages of PDF.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's all blocked up because there's different factions like Bane, Mr. Freeze, the Riddler crew, Joker crew, all that stuff. Because there's all of them.
Yeah, at least they do. At least in HeroClix, it's just like they're all part of Arkham Asylum or something like that, or or League of Evil or something. Yeah, but with I suppose if an actual Batman themed game, they're all going to be linked to their own person, and the goons are going to be working for that person. You'll be Two-Face's goons or whatever. Yeah.
So I played a bit of that, and then we played some. So I filmed episode 5 when ready with Brad, Ian, and Dave last night. And afterwards, after the camera stopped rolling, we played a game of Legion, another 800-point rumble, and that was so much fun. Do you remember that's a thing to you off the air? Do you remember the game of Rebellion we played, the 4-player one with me, you, Dave, and Brad, and me and you were just giggling like twats the whole way through?
Oh yeah, because we blew up Dantooine just because.
Yeah, because we could.
Yeah. We called her on that shit.
Yeah, we double bluffed. We thought it might be some sort of ruse.
Yeah.
But in the same way, me and Ian were just having so much fun playing Empire, and just like we came off like such pillocks in places. And when it came to like even our dice rolls were mixed of terrible and just unlucky that they just got cancelled out by everything else. That sort of thing. But it was so much fun, just like giggling away all evening. And and that was fun. Otherwise, tabletop. I've actually been eBaying a few games that I've never got around to playing or haven't got around to playing in ages. So I shifted I had my Netrunner core set, which I've shifted because it never even came out of the plastic. I shifted. What did I sell? What's the other one I sold? Oh, it wasn't a board game. It was like a Wii U accessory that I didn't have. I haven't got the console anymore, obviously. So didn't see much point in keeping hold of that.
No, if anything, I thought you would have traded that in with the Wii U.
I tried, but didn't take it because it was just a gamepad case.
Oh, okay.
I don't take those. But I've got like a few other games that are ready to go on eBay, like that Game of Thrones HBO themed card game. I got.
Oh yeah, that was right.
Yeah, it was okay, but I never play it, so I just decided to get rid of it. And I've got the standard Game of Thrones one, the one that's more Song of Ice and Fire style, the first print.
Oh yeah.
I'll get rid of that as well because I never played that. I took it. I literally broke the seal on the box, had a look inside, read the rules a bit, and went, "This is quite complicated. I will come back to this another day," and just never got around to it.
No, that's fair. I mean, to be honest, I've been sitting on quite a few board games, as Brad will happily attest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think a large part of it is more I need to. I keep getting invited to things to play other people's board games, and then I go like, oh, I don't need to play my own board games. But I mean, I have Mysterium, which I've been sitting on for a while, which I have played someone at a party, and I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few board games that I've picked up. I think I picked up one from like Selwig like last year or a couple of years ago, and I've still never played it. So I should do some more games night soon.
Yeah.
I must admit, recently, I think it's because the way the days have fallen, the last couple of weeks, I haven't really done much like actual board gaming. I did the.
Been lucky, really, that I've had a couple kind of appear in a couple of weeks. I've been able to play Legion twice and Batman, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, I did the Fear Itself.
It looked like fun.
Game with HeroClix with Omer and Brad and Ian. Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. We all took Asgardian style teams, but I obviously Omer went the full on,
of course,
Thor and Loki and all that a lot, and even had an ID card to bring in Hercules.
Nice.
I went down a slightly different route. I had Loki and Dormammu, and I had Groot 4 as my team, and so I went with a slightly different approach, but. No, it was a good game. I think because the Serpent is just a game piece, it's not like a big own scenario or anything.
No.
So I mean, he held his own. I mean, you get beaten up quite red-handedly.
Big fuck off sea monster, ultimately.
Yeah. But this is some of the thing is that I think with some of these newer with the newer build cards from HeroClix, I think they're just Power Creep is just killing a lot of things. I mean. When we got him weakened, I don't think the Serpent could really do anything to my Dormammu and Loki just because their defenses are so high on some of the newer dials. And I think with older clicks, I think their attack goes quite heavily after a few when they take a few hits.
Yeah.
But I think that's just they've changed the way the builds are recently. So
Yeah, but I've still got my bricks to undo, so at some point I have to sort that out.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, because I've got the Batman animated series one, the Harley Quinn one, and I've got 9 Elseworlds boosters. I think I figured out a way to make a booster battle work for that one.
Okay.
So just play. So this is how I'm going to try and do it. So bearing in mind I've only got 9, I'm going to go to Forbidden Planet tomorrow anyway and have a quick look, see if they've got any lying around. Just like one. All I need is literally 1. And
have they stopped stocking HeroClix in total now?
It seems they're going that way. Yeah. But I'm running out of places to buy them from, to be honest. Like it's pretty much just like shops that you have to order in from, and even then they seem to be reluctant unless you've like got a proven record of buying them.
Well, I think that's half the problem. Is I don't know. I know it seems weird that you'll get. With HeroClix, it just doesn't seem to ever gel as being a popular thing to sell. Which
is weird because in America, it seems to be one of the biggest tabletop games they've got. because it's always winning awards. And there's like I've seen, obviously, I follow a fair few pages on Instagram that do things like that, and it's like it's. I've seen like comic shops in New York and things that have got these fucking enormous HeroClix sections, and they're like, look, check out our HeroClix, and it's got Spider-Man sets and things like that from way back when, and they've got everything since as well. And I've struggled to find, like I say, a shop now that's got Elseworlds in stock, and that's last year.
Well, yeah, Elseworlds and What If all last year, weren't they? So
yeah. So it's 50th anniversary, and some of them are right.
I mean, we bar obviously having a good friend in Mark that owns a wargaming shop that can order that stuff in for us when it comes to stuff. Obviously, I know you bought the DC brick from him.
Yeah.
Me and Dad bought one of the Avengers Infinity bricks from him.
Yeah.
Apart from that one place. At Broadside, where like that supplier of Dave's bought in like loads and loads of HeroClix stuff.
Yeah,
because he knew we were down there. There's not many places I've seen. I know you said Dart Strip. I'm always popping into random places just to see if in the off chance they might have a few HeroClix bits, and stuff like that. I mean, MCM there was a guy selling HeroClix, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same bloke that sells them at the London gaming market.
Yeah.
Because they looked very similar. The stuff he was selling is very similar, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same guys. Just still surprised. Yeah.
We've got a show coming, a game coming up that we're going to sink some money into anyway. So obviously, I mentioned it to you the other day. I was in Dark Sphere. Obviously, other shops were available, but this is where I was, and I was browsing my, I was looking at the Batman game, and I was looking at the Star Wars stuff, and I saw they've got a delivery processing table behind on the back wall against the other side of the room from the shelves. And on that delivery processing table, they had the starter set for the Fallout miniatures game.
Yeah, I've been eyeing that up.
The only thing I would say about it is I was speaking to Dave yesterday, obviously Dave of E14. And he was saying that apparently he's read somewhere that they've swapped out the resin models for plastic ones in the starter set.
Oh, okay.
So it may be that they might not come out as nice. Yeah.
Oh, I'll wait to see what they look like. Then, I'll say that's the thing. I was gonna. Selwig isn't for another month or so, is it? I believe it's October normally, isn't it?
Yeah, it's October 21st, I think.
Yeah, I knew it was some.
It's the same day as London Gaming Market this time around.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like I was going to go anyway because I think one place I would have bought, I bought
most of their stuff last time.
Their stock, yeah. Yeah, indeed.
But if Warlord have a still down there.
Yeah.
No, it's not Warlord. It's what they called.
For what? Sorry.
The people who make the Fallout game.
Oh, Modiphius.
That's it, Modiphius. Sorry.
Yeah.
If Modiphius are down there, which I know they normally have a stall that
should hopefully have something demoable.
Hopefully they'll either have demos out there, or they'll have, they'll have a starter set and they can open it up and or you
double
can
check
see
it over.
You can see what you're getting, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, indeed. Well, I'm going to let you go because I know you're a poorly bear. And before I do, I'm going to give you a fun little story that happened to me the other day. So speaking of going back through my backlog. So as I say, I used my random number generator and I asked I fancied to change. So I asked Jen instead. So I said, this is how many games I've got on my hard drive. It's like nearly 100 on my Xbox hard drive. Pick a number between 1 and that number. And she was like 63. So I went scrolling down. I was like, Medal of Honor, Airborne. Because I bought it was one of the Games of Gold ones, and her ears she sort of perked up and went, "You've got Medal of Honor?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I played Medal of Honor when I was younger, like all the time." I said, "Do you want to go?" So I gave her the controller, and I left her to make her mark on World War II. Would you like to know what her mark on World War II was?
To shreds, you say? I'm guessing.
I didn't take the controller from her. I was given the controller by her after about a minute and a half. But she's playing on the casual difficulty, which is fine. That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
She parachute jumped, landing what I can only describe as perpendicular to the ground, which would have been, I think, to be generous, in a real life situation, at least a pair of broken legs.
Okay.
So she landed, she had 2 broken legs. She then accidentally let off 3 grenades while trying to work out how to switch back to guns. And then spent the remaining minute getting shot.
Okay.
So that's her legacy of World War II, is 2 broken legs and 3 grenades.
To the face.
To the face, yeah. But on that note, I'm going to let you, like I say, I'm going to let you go and rest up, because I know you're poorly.
Yeah, no worries. It's been good to have you on.
Yeah, it's been lovely catching up, as always. Yes. So thank you for listening out there in listener land to the E14 Gamecast, Emotionally 14's gaming podcast. If you like gaming stuff, and boy, you've got every reason to, it's great. You can check out loads of E14 things on our entire Gamecast podcast backlog, as well as our YouTube playlist. So we've got the E14 Toy Box, which is HeroClix and Star Wars Destiny. The Fire When Ready, which is Armada, Rebellion, and Legion. And then you've got Brick Fury, which is HeroClix. And so we've got a fair bit of tabletop coverage across all of E14 on the YouTubes. And we've also got articles from our very own Dave, who is prolific with the old paints and enjoys the old Walking Dead miniatures game, which I'm a fan of as well. Although I still haven't painted up my stuff I bought at fucking Salute.
You did buy a lot, to be fair.
I did buy a fair bit. And I have been, to be fair, I need to finish off my Blood Bowl elves before I do that. So I've got my Dark Elf cards and dice and everything now. So literally all I need to do is just finish off the paint job on the elves, and I've got a team good to go. Just like that.
Okay.
I need to get I want to get the pitch as well, because it's too cool.
I still need to decide what team I want to actually do. But I was eyeing up the Chaos one.
They've just got the everything Chaos out now, and they've even got the Forge.
Yeah, I saw they've actually. Yeah, I saw they brought out Nurgle now as well, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need to sort out the paint job on those first, and then I've got my team ready to go, just like that.
All right.
And what was I saying?
Yeah, you got Dave doing us painting, and
Dave doing painting. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, so that's how we got on subject. So yeah, Dave's doing painting and Walking Dead stuff. We got Fire When Ready. We got Brick Fury, E14 Toy Box. We've got the E14 Gamecast podcast, which is obviously available on all good podcast catchers and Apple Podcasts. See what I did there? And obviously all of this stuff can be found on emotionally14.com. Blake, where can people find you on social media in between?
You can find me on Twitter at fucksakeblake. You can find me on Instagram at Harmer the Appreciator. And you can find me on Facebook, where we also have the Emotionally 14 Gamecast Facebook group, which you can find me on. You can join us there. You can find it through the Emotionally 14 Facebook page. We've got a group for the E14 Gamecast. We've got a group for the Crazy Train. We have an E14 Discord, which I'm going to put. It will be linked out to by the time this goes out, without any problem. And obviously Twitter at Emotionally 14, Facebook /Emotionally 14, YouTube /Emotionally 14. Search us up. We've got so much stuff going on. And if you want to follow my stuff on social media, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RobWadeVision, and you can find me at Talk Star Wars, and I run the Emotionally 14 Twitter account. I play the occasional video game. There's very, very few of them, but they're on the YouTube channel. What I have uploaded. Otherwise, we haven't done some for a while. We should probably do some.
This is true. Maybe we should. Maybe we should open that cooking school and hit an Overcooked game.
Yeah,
maybe that's the way forward. Or maybe something prisonery, like a Escapist or something might be fun.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know Escapist, but I'm happy.
I think I have 2 copies, so I think we can make that work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or we can just play 2 Point Hospital and giggle like twats.
Yeah, that works as well.
Yeah, let us know, listeners out there in listener land. You can do so by emailing podcast@emotionally14.com. I knew I was forgetting something. And you can even buy, if you want to buy video games through our Amazon widget, you can, because it's on our website, and you can go on Amazon, buy anything you want. We don't see we see what you buy, but we don't see who buys it. So we just get told, mainly so they can say, like, this is how much affiliate money you've made, and it's like a fraction of a percent of whatever the hell they charge. But we get a little bit of extra love from Amazon as a thank you for sending people their way. Although, let's be fair, people would find their way there most of the time anyway. Such is life. But there you go. So thank you very much for listening to the E14 Gamecast. We'll see you again soon. Bibbidi Bop Games.